everybody, welcome to Life Frame by Frame. Did you know that there's 70 million photos and videos being posted daily on Instagram? We're all taking pictures every day, but how do you make yours stand out a little bit different and not have as much grain in them? The grain is caused by the ISO in your camera settings. ISO, in simplest terms, refers to how sensitive the film, or with a DSLR camera, how sensitive your camera is to light. Your camera's ISO will probably range from about 100 to 1600. Can go greater. Depending on the lighting in your environment for that day, depends on where you want your settings. If it's a bright, sunny day, you can have your ISO at about 100. That way, you're not getting too much grain and your lighting looks right. If it's darker, you're going to want to set the ISO higher to about 1600. That way it lets in more light. So what does this mean exactly for your picture? Well, pictures are made up of a lot of pixels put together. So the ISO tells your camera how much light to absorb. So it'll make those pixels brighter or duller depending on what your settings are. When you notice a lot of grain in your picture, that means you have the ISO pushed up, letting in more light. Sometimes you want this. Maybe you want a more antique look to your picture. So you might want to push the ISO up a little bit more than what it should be. So you're going to want to push your ISO up higher if you want stop motion. Stop motion is when you're freezing the subject, but everything else might be blurred in the background. If you wanted to shoot that night sky with all those bright stars, that's when you're going to want to push the ISO up. But if you're trying to catch shooting stars, you're going to want to also play with the shutter speed. The shutter speed will give you a longer exposure to catch the tails of the shooting stars. The ISO is going to give you just the star-filled sky. So now I want to see your pictures while you've practiced with the ISO. We've already talked about aperture, today was ISO, next time will be shutter speed. But until then, let's see what you have captured. Be sure to comment below or share with us on Facebook at facebook.com/TLMProductions2013. See y'all next time.